Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on a multitude of Irish platforms. It's the Splendido, spectacular, scintillating, crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of team off the ball up against each other in our quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. No holds barred. Did we drop that? We did.
Stupefying as well, is that gone?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's fair. I just forgot it. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants. Our first contestant tonight was out in Killarney this week and was behaving like it was his first time in the country. I can't believe there's 3G coverage in this town, he told the quizmaster. I can't understand any of the accents, he complained. Where are all the leprechauns, he asked. It's Dublin's fair city slicker, Burley, Dave McIntyre. This is all true.
No, it's not.
It is.
Killarney.
It's all horse manure from our quizmaster.
I think it's
3G. I was in Killarney, yeah. I was down there for Kerry Kildare, and I went out on the town with Owen and his Kerry Mafia pals afterwards.
You were part of the jamboree, were you?
There was a jamboree.
Yeah.
That town on the bank holiday weekend.
It's good.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. But it was great fun. Oh, in a great way, yeah. It was good fun.
It says here, ask Dave how the triathlon's going naturally.
Hey, Dave.
Just bring it up.
Hey, Dave.
It was naturally in brackets.
I saw some photographs of you trying to swim. Is it true you can't swim?
No, I can swim. Like, if you fired me off the edge of a boat and I had to swim 10 metres or drown, I could manage it.
Right, 20 metres?
Yeah.
It does sound like something we should do.
Yeah. Let's test this theory.
Well, as Owen pointed out earlier, it's already been done and it's got 10,000 views on Facebook.
Exactly. That day when I fell off the diving board, I didn't have to be fished out. I could fish myself out.
So tell us about, I know you don't like talking about your charity work, but...
No, I really don't. It makes me feel very uneasy.
There's not much to talk about, so...
No, I'm trying to raise a bit of cash for the Father Peter McVerry Trust. And I'm going to do the Dublin City Triathlon because GLS Ireland, one of the sponsors of the triathlon, asked me to come on board. They've been very kind as well because they're going to put 500 quid to kickstart the GoFundMe page.
You're donating your usual fee of 10 grand to it as well?
I wish. There is my fee going towards it. I wish it was close to that. And there's been... People are very generous, Ger. It's been a great take-up already.
Sponsored?
No.
If you want, none of you guys. But look, give me.
When's it on?
It's on the 8th of September.
Plenty of time.
You're giving me all these free plugs. But if you go to the GLS Ireland Facebook page, the link to the GoFundMe page is there. And look, even if it's a couple of euro, fire my way. I promise I'll complete it. But
he's fully branded.
For our radio listeners, Dave.
Oh, look at this.
I think we should return to the fact that Dave was going to get paid for a charitable endeavour.
What do you mean? No, the charity angle was only brought in after that.
Okay.
It was actually Kilban, the do-gooder Kilban, that set me down this road.
Dave was going to pocket the cash.
I was thinking, yeah, it's a new challenge. I haven't said yes to something like this, take me outside my comfort zone in a while.
Like a professional athlete.
And then I would barely utter the sentence and he just goes, you know you're going to have to give that to charity. And I was like, yeah, I know. So that was the end of that.
In the middle seat is a man who's delighted the Premier League is back so he can recline in first class at 30,000 feet every single week. He'll tweet at CityJet on Twitter and complain about his lack of legroom, but it's all a cover for the private jet that this man frequents, cashing in the money he's made from the advance on emceeing David Brady's trip to New York next year. It's the Rathfarnham rascal, Nathan Nate Dog Murphy.
How are you?
What's the story in New York? We haven't heard anything.
I don't know. I was with David Brady last night. He's gone quiet, but he's been talking to legitimate travel agencies. It's all working behind the scenes.
As opposed to
by operators he normally deals with.
It's going to happen. I haven't got to the awkward conversation, speaking of charity, because it is a charitable endeavour.
Is it?
Any profits will go to charity.
The Nathan and David Brady.
Obviously, my expenses need to be covered to get there, as much as I love my county.
Sorry, is it the Mayo Senior Football, or is that the charity? Or is it an actual charity?
No. He's going to split the money between the
minors and the seniors.
Foundation and the Galway Mayo Hospice.
Very good.
Enough of your smart remarks.
Okay, but will there be any left over once they've paid for your first class tickets?
Well, this is the question. I'm not a man of the people like you are, Dave. They are expecting that actually, like, the game is going to sell out months in advance because so many Mayo people are going to make the trip.
What is the game?
2,000 capacity.
Mayo against New York.
2,000 capacity in Gaelic Park. So, like, it's not exactly that hard to sell that out.
So, but what's he doing? Like, that game is happening.
So he's organising a trip for Mayo supporters around it, where there'll be like an up for the match night that may need an MC and a minor celebrity like Kilban.
It's called
along for the ride.
Pilgrimage. Yeah. So many people, obviously from Achill, have made that journey in the past, but they made it downtrodden, escaping economic hardship and famine, and now the lads are going over in a flash start jet in first class going, we're paying, this is great. All those lads who
So you have to pay into
Over here.
Now listen, lads.
pay into that.
Ye two abusing about going on a junket to America.
Excuse me.
Well, at least there was nothing charitable about our trip. That's we've no bones about it.
Our final contestant tonight is back after walking out of the quiz 2 weeks ago in a moment that's gone down as the most contrived incident in the history of OTB. We can now expect him to pretend to be outraged for your pleasure at home. No one will suspect that his anger is mere faux anger, and no one will know that he doesn't actually think everything is a disgrace. It's Adrian. Who's your daddy, Barry? I missed that. You walked out?
It was totally contrived. Stapo walked out earlier because he started answering everybody's questions that weren't his own. So Nathan had a bit of a mild pop off, got the hump, and he pissed off. And then I started getting asked I was asked, the first question in the rapid fire was who was Katie Taylor's opponent? That was my first question. And then he got an either or. And I was, at that point I was like, he was also going to win.
Katie Taylor was fighting that weekend.
He was also clearly going to win, so I just screwed that on.
The format is a classic crappy quiz, 4 questions each after 4 rounds. The trivia equivalent of a wet evening in Stoke, aka the rapid fire round, which isn't rapid fire anymore. Podcast the Crappy Quiz on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, or offtheball.com. Give us 5 out of 5, even if that doesn't represent your actual opinion. Please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. We did get post this week. More on that a little bit later on. Now, round 1, the boring question round. Never multiple choice. Question 1 for you, Dave. Who's top scorer in this year's All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship?
Peter Duggan.
Correct. Was on that page, which was just sitting here before we were all...
I'd actually trust McIntyre. I have to say, I would trust him not to look at it.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I lowered myself to cheating in the crappy quiz.
I would trust him to know the answer, to be honest.
That's true too.
Question 1 for you, Nathan. The USPGA Championship takes place in Missouri this week, although you wouldn't know it, apart from all the giving out that you've been doing on Twitter about the fact that it's not on an easy-to-watch TV, even though most people these days actually watch most of their sport online. But anyway, which is obviously in the central time zone. You know your golf. It says, you know your golf, Dave, but do you know your US geography? Poor Nathan. Name the last winner of the USPGA Championship that took place in US Central Time. You can hear the laughter of JP coming through the window there.
Holy shit!
No!
That's absolute bollocks. Who wrote that question?
Sorry, what's the question?
Name the last winner. So, this USPGA Championship, where is it taking place?
Missouri, Bellerive.
Central Time.
Yes.
Central Time, you know that? Was that?
Yeah, so that's 6 hours behind,
So
is
it's
it?
not Eastern and it's not Western, and it's not
Central
Mountain Time.
6
It's
hours
Central
behind?
Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Name the last winner of the USPGA Championship that took place in US Central Time. So,
The USPGA.
somewhere in the middle.
Where was last year's tournament?
Justin Thomas. This could be... I'm trying to think.
It's going to be a guess. Where's Whistling Straits?
That's what I was...
I mean, let
Why are you
him...
helping?
I'm actually happy enough to help him on this.
No,
this
I'm
question
not
is
up
just
for that.
so-
Martin
Whistling Straits. is the
It
correct
is
answer.
Jason Day.
Whistling Straits is Wisconsin. The answer is Jason Day. Question 1 for you, Adrian.
Trying to help you out and you just ignored me. It's the last time I do that.
Thomas Barr made
back
history
Jason
for
Day
Ireland
this
last night, as you well know, having been speaking to his sister just this morning with the bronze medal in the 400-metre hurdle to the European Championships. Name the athlete that won the gold.
He was Norwegian.
Not the question.
I was discussing this dude about a half an hour ago. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, my question's the most ridiculous question I've ever asked.
It is, but I gave you the answer.
You did. And you backed him.
I backed him this week.
Well, he's front of your mind. Your central lobe is exercised by Jason Day at the moment. Yeah, come on. Anders Andersen of Norway, come on.
Oh, no.
Who was the last
Krona
footballer to
Kronason.
score a goal at 7 minutes
Do I have
past
to get this
3 at Old
exact? Can I
Trafford?
get in the rough?
Yeah, I'll decide.
Norm Gaddafi.
The MMA fighter.
What is it?
It begins with S, doesn't it?
Karsten Warholm.
All right.
Oh, Varholm, yeah, Jesus.
Oh, Varholm.
Warholm.
And we were discussing him earlier. It's not as if this is like new news.
No,
Just
yeah,
like
but when
totally
you were
forgotten
discussing him, you referred to him as the
I
Norwegian.
did, you're right there. That's a fair point, yeah.
Round 2, the semi-finals are for winning round, just like the crappy quiz. Ahead of the All-Ireland football semi-finals in Croke Park this weekend, this round will test your trivia skills around some of the more memorable semis this century. Question 2 for you, Dave. Name the top scorer in a single game in an All-Ireland semi-final this decade, not including replays.
Football or hurling?
Football. It's ahead of the All-Ireland football semi-finals this weekend.
This decade, single game, not included. Oh my God. It's not as ridiculous as Nathan's question, but it's as
it's
difficult. Did someone give someone an absolute hiding? I'm thinking it may have... No, that was a quarter-final. Just give me a second now. Dean O'Connor.
Correct.
What's that, JP?
Or Dean Rock, we would have taken that. So Rock scored 0-12 against Kerry in 2016. Not bad, is it? I mean, I know some of them
Pretty
are phrased,
impressive.
but like still. O'Connor scored a goal in 9 against Dublin in 2015. Did you win that one?
No.
Remember, they were...
After replay.
Lee
Was that a
Keegan
replay?
left the shot short. With the Mayo were about 6 points up.
I thought that was a final, wasn't it?
Question two for you.
Or maybe that was the replay, was it?
Ah, you see, there's so many of those heartbreaking moments. They all meld into one. Happiness is but a minor episode in the general drama of pain. Question 2 for you, Nathan. Thomas Hardy. Donegal were obviously the last team to beat Dublin in an All-Ireland semi-final, but who were the last team to beat Donegal in an All-Ireland semi-final? Owen's so happy with himself. You can see him like just laughing away to himself when he writes a
Pretty
question
easy
like
now.
that. Do 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 ba do boom boom.
Mayo.
Incorrect.
Dublin.
Dublin 2011. Correct.
Why didn't you just go for Dublin?
Question for you, Adrian.
I'm not concentrating.
Which county made their first and only All-Ireland semi-final appearance in 2004? Your 30th birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a pretty memorable year in Adrian's life.
Well, it was. I'm just trying to...
2004.
Derry beat Westmeath in the quarters, and after that...
You didn't give him bollocks.
Their only appearance in an All-Ireland...
That's what he said.
Yeah, come on. Stop stalling.
I mean...
Doorknobs and boom-boom-doo-doo-doo-ba-doo-doo. Brown paper, parcel
Come on.
wrapped up in string.
I know it's Adrian, JP, but give us a buzzer here.
Leitrim?
Bloody hell. Come on, Fermanagh.
Fermanagh, correct. Round 3, the total career fee round. Thanks to Rory Fenlon from Wexford.
I mean, but I knew it was going to be
For his
something obscure.
postcard. Good man, Rory from Wexford. He sent us this gorgeous postcard with the word beachcomber on it, which I don't have.
Do you think there's going to be an uptick in sort of people sending posts now?
I hope so,
Back
yeah.
of all the abuse.
In this round, maybe it was on post, a secret campaign for
Honestly,
them to
yeah.
you buy a stamp, you stick a letter on it. That is going to get the attention of an intercounty
Suddenly it's
manager.
become relevant again.
Yeah. It's a Euro stamp these days. He sent us this gorgeous postcard with the word beachcomber on it. In this round, we'll give you the name of 2 footballers. All you've got to do is tell us who has garnered a higher total transfer fee in his career. The figures as reported by
So easy.
somebody we trust. Wikipedia.
Well, last week we had this and...
Okay, I don't care.
It was
I don't
totally-
care
No,
about last
actually,
week.
no,
I
it was
wasn't here.
right. It was
Question
right.
3 for
It
you,
was right,
Dave.
yeah. It was.
Who accumulated a higher total transfer fee in his career? Fernando Torres or Robbie Keane?
What did Torres go to Liverpool for? About 20 odd, wasn't it? 50 to Chelsea, so say we're in 75. I'm going to round him off at 80.
Brown paper bag.
Robbie did a couple of 20s.
Wrapped in spring.
Well, this is good radio stroke TV.
I'm going to say 15. Torres.
Someone's got to be keen in those.
Robbie Keane, 93 million. Fernando Torres, 90.
3 million in it.
It was
God.
close. Look, it's going to be a hair's breadth between them in this. Question 3 for you, Nathan. Who accumulated a higher total career transfer fee, Zinedine Zidane or Willian?
That's a more nuanced question now than my one. At least my two boys are in the same era.
So, Willian came from Shakhtar Donetsk for about 35 million.
Could you just check the answer in the last question there and in this round, Adrian's question, because it doesn't seem to be correct.
And he went to Shakhtar Donetsk probably on one of those nice little deals that cost 30 million for no reason, so 65. Did Zidane go on a free transfer?
From where to where? From Juve to Real?
No.
From Bordeaux to Juve?
Zidane.
Correct. 79 million for Zinedine Zidane. Willian has accumulated 76 million so far.
Pretty close.
Now,
You're not fancying this one, are you not?
I'm not really, because there's like a little correction in the answer. So we're going to go with what's written down.
But let's... No, I tell you what.
Not
I tell you what,
Let's
right?
go with what's right.
Let's go with what's right. I think it'll be a far better idea.
So maybe just check on transfer market if there's career figures for this. Or maybe we should leave this one and then we won't know what the score is. So what is the score? Can we just get a
2-1, I think, is it?
1-0.
Zero.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just ask the question and we'll figure it out.
yeah.
Well, no, we won't just figure it out.
Well, you'll have to
Someone
just
come up with
figure
the correct answer.
Figure it out. Okay. Well, the lads are going to come up with the correct answer
It
while
doesn't
you
really matter to Adrian if
work
the
it out.
facts are right. All that matters to him is that he picks the right one as per the paper.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you get it right per the paper.
I mean, whatever
This doesn't change.
scant bit
This
of
doesn't
logic I might have,
change.
I'd like
It's
it
still
to...
50-50 whether you're going to get it right or wrong.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Your logic is too
Still
scant.
50-50.
No, I'd like the answer to be... If I'm not
The
going to
one
get it
you
right,
pick.
that's fair enough, but I'd like the answer to be the one I pick, yes. I'd like the answer to be correct.
No, you wouldn't. You
Well,
want
yes,
the
I
answer to be
would.
the one you pick.
Well,
Exactly.
of course, but ideally that and also
If
correct.
it transpires later in this quiz that the facts were wrong and that you actually got it
not gonna
wrong,
give it
It's
that.
not
you're not
going
going to
to
have the point
transpire,
back, are you?
because nobody's going to
The
bother
two figures are correct, or the one of them is bigger.
I'm trying to hear exactly what you're saying.
Soundproofing is not.
Which one is the most? Is the question. Which of these two players had the...
Come on, JP.
Whisper it, JP. Whisper
And the
it.
figures suggest that the answer he's given has a smaller number than the guy the opposite.
He's looking to see what you're saying. Oh my God.
We're entering farcical situation here.
Okay, so the answer is wrong. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we have the correct answer. Who accumulated a higher total career transfer fee, Adrian?
Shambles, by the way.
I mean, it's called the crappy quiz for a reason. Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Angel Di Maria?
I mean, it's got to be Zlatan.
I would have said Di Maria.
Di Maria is correct.
There's a couple of
90
Zlatan's big
million.
ones were freebies.
Yeah.
Is the last one a freebie?
Yeah.
Yeah, his last three have been freebies. He got the
Zlatan,
PSG in a free as
152
well, didn't he?
million. Di Maria, 161. Nine in the difference.
That much in the difference, like, do you know what I mean? It's,
Makes you get it wrong.
Whatever scant bit of logic you had deserted you.
well, I mean, you know.
Round four, it's 2-1 and 0. Big fat 0 beside Adrian Barry, who hasn't stormed out just yet. The fun free magic number round, contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly correct. If nobody manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. Again, I'm going to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask you for your pens once the music ends. If you do not mind, give me the following answer. The number of goals scored by Ireland, not including shootouts, in the Women's Hockey World Cup this year, plus the number of times Limerick have won the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship, plus the number of All-Irelands that Tyrone have contested this century. How many All-Ireland finals have they been in this century? Plus the number of players signed by Spurs in this summer's transfer window. Your 30 seconds expires when Frank Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads in a slightly speeded up version to get us over copyright law.
What was the second question?
Many All Irelands.
Number of All-Irelands. Yeah. New Ireland jersey looks good.
Hear how they jing-jing-a-ling-a.
New Balance one. I like it.
Bright shine.
Time up. Answers on a postcard written down. Pens down. What have you got, Adrian?
11.
No.
18.
No, you're bust.
11.
Bust, not bust. 15 is the answer. 2 not busts. So we have a tiebreak between you two, do we? You're on 1, you're on 1.
No,
No, we're all through.
yeah, we're all
you're
through
all
because
through.
we go through anyway, but he just gets nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get
But we both get 2, don't we?
you both get 1.
No.
Why, we won.
You didn't win.
We
Whoever
did.
is closest gets 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we're
what
both
we did.
closest.
2 each. No.
Where does it say you don't get 2 each? Where does it say that?
I just made it up.
But you can't make shit
I
up.
can, yeah. I fucking
No,
can.
no,
What are
no.
you talking about?
That's rewarding him.
It's keeping him in the game.
No, that's
the
the
rule
rules.
states
They're the rules.
whoever's closest gets
Yeah,
2 points.
and that's
I'm
me and Dave.
closest.
The rules state that it's split.
Here's the thing. Sorry.
You know that's
sorry,
not the
sorry.
case.
In my head, the two lads outside are going, it's going to make it more interesting. And fuck Nathan was what Tommy said exactly.
Exactly. So we both get 2 points.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, fair enough.
Sweet.
What's the score?
Four,
Dave's
the answers, would you?
2, 1.
4-2-1. The answers.
I underestimated how many goals the Irish team got.
We scored 5.
I got 6.
Just by 1. Well, I must be wrong on
What
all
did you
of them.
put down?
4.
Oh, sorry.
The number of times Limerick have won the All-Ireland?
3.
7.
I have 7.
That's where it was.
Wait a second.
The number of All-Ireland finals that Tyrone have contested this century?
2,
3.
3.
3,
Number of players Spurs have signed?
0.
0.
Wait a second. What was the answer?
18, 15.
Oh, all right.
What did you have?
It changed at last minute from 14
Many-
to 18.
What? So you said we
Never go
scored
up,
8
though.
goals in the World Cup.
You went from 14 to 18. That's a
rookie
series leap.
mistake. Yeah.
Nudge it up by 1, maybe. Then you would have been right on the money.
All right.
Right.
On to rapid fire.
Even I
shit.
can throw this away. Is it wrong that I've only got a 2-point lead over Adrian? I really don't see him as being a threat here at all, and I'm worried about my 3-point lead over Nathan.
What's the...
Our winner tonight's going to be started
4-2-1.
around that separates the men from the boys, the Joe Cannings from the average shows. It's the
Goes
no
that
theme
order,
in
is it?
particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire, and the score you get in this round is going to be as you were scoring in the previous round.
getting right
40 seconds for everybody to answer questions from the same set of questions. We're going to start with the first person who has the highest number. On to
Haven't
the person
finished with-
second.
You can't even convince yourself.
Yeah.
I haven't finished with a positive score in the last 3 quizzes.
If you get a question correct, I will ask another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. Once you get a question wrong, I move on to the next person. Your incorrect answer also means the deduction of a point. We're going to start with Dave. Your time begins with the Niall McGrath. How do you outsmart a bear?
How do you outsmart a bear?
What was the opening fixture of the Premier League season last year?
Don't know.
Adrian, name any year Rory McIlroy won the US PGA.
2014,
Correct. Tommy Varden was the jersey sponsor of what?
Galway.
Correct. What team did Harry Arter join on deadline day?
Cardiff City,
Name the current starting Limerick hurling goalkeeper. Pass.
Oh,
What club did Man United sign Anthony Martial from?
Monaco.
Jerry Jones is the owner of what NFL team?
49ers.
Dallas Cowboys. Name the goalkeeper that played for Ireland in this year's Hockey World Cup, Dave.
don't know.
What year? Who won the 1994 Football All-Ireland? Adrian.
Derry,
Down. Who was the named Young GAA Footballer of the Year last year?
Carl Callahan.
Correct.
I don't think that helps
That
Nathan.
is correct.
Who won?
I win, do I?
Final scores. Dave on 2. Nathan on 2. Adrian on 3.
Come on! Get in! And I would have got Aisha McFerrin as well, by the way. I would have got loads more of those.
Look at this.
What a turn up for the Bucks.
Music.
We deserve that the way we wrote him off.
What do you mean? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Sorry, guys, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So,
Come on.
I know.
That was about it.
I mean, come on.
You bottle and shat yourself there.
All right, that has been your crappy quiz. I've no idea if we were streaming live a little bit earlier on, but if we weren't, you're listening to this for the very first time on the radio, then you should have been with us a little bit earlier on. Make sure you subscribe to us on youtube.com/offtheball. We'll send you a little notification anytime we go live, or indeed also on Facebook. Just turn the notifications on. Thanks very much. We'll be right back.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that latest offering from Off the Ball. If you want to subscribe, and you should, check out just up here. All our latest stuff is just down here. Generally, knock yourself out.